So I was just happily sucking on my Mr. Freeze Pop, and I saw that EA posted like a little video, and I thought, oh, a Sims video, like what's happening? Is there a new pack coming out? No, there isn't, I'm sorry. But they have released another tone-deaf statement that we're going to be reacting to together today. So you may have seen a few days ago, I uploaded this video. EA are so out of touch with Sims players, and they basically did an article where they were talking about ways that you can improve your game. And I was like, hey, is it my fault that The Sims isn't working because I have too many wallpapers and mirrors and doors on a lot? Or is it your fault for making a game that's not optimized very well? And why is it my responsibility to fix your game? Well, EA have doubled down on their tone-deaf statements and done another one. The Sims 4 has endless possibilities. We're sharing how we wrangle the complexity and our commitment to resolving top player concerns. Did you know that when you add in the years of updates, there are more than 2.4 quintillion possible combinations of gameplay scenarios in The Sims 4? I feel like that statement itself is taking something out of context, because technically there are quintillions of combinations in most video games, really. It's just something, again, like I feel like they've taken it so out of context in order to basically try and prove that The Sims is a big simulation. It is, by the way. Live simulation games in general, like they're extremely complicated, extremely tough job as a coder and developer for 4. I just feel like maybe it's a little bit patronizing. Anyway, if we spent 1 second on each combination, it would take over 77 billion years to go through them. Learn more on the Sims newsroom, which is what we're going to be doing. But before we look at it, I just want to say, yes, I've got a second one. I'm a fatty. I just want to say before we even look at it, is it my problem as a player that The Sims 4 has quintillions of outcomes because you've let this game go on for way too long? If you've made way too many packs for this game and way too many objects and things and stuff that's not been coded very well because of the way The Sims 4 was coded originally in the base game, because it was rushed 10 years ago because you decided to change the game from an online multiplayer thing to a single player thing last minute. Is that my fault? Is it my fault that we've got quintillions of issues because of the way that you've gone about making this game? No, which is why I just found that statement maybe a little bit patronizing, because yes, maybe it will help us understand why the game has issues, but it doesn't actually resolve the fact that they're beating a dead horse when it's down, which is why the issues are going on anyway. An update to our quality of life roadmap. Here at The Sims, we love creating games that allow you to experiment with life. The Sims 4 is our most ambitious life sim yet. It's defined by limitless creativity, not just within the game itself, but how you choose to play, what platform you play it on, what you download from the gallery, and whether you kit it out further with custom content or mods. Every sim, build, creation, and choice you make adds something unique to the experience. It also adds complexity. While it's true that making any game is hard, live simulation games are especially challenging due to their deep interconnectivity, freeform gameplay, and the randomness built into the simulation engine itself. When you add in years of updates, there are more than 2.4 quintillion possible combinations, really, of expansion packs that players could own. In my brain, I read that is like there are 2.4 quintillion possible expansion packs. And that doesn't include game packs, stuff packs, custom content, or the differences in PC, Mac, and console. Then don't make that many fucking packs. If you don't want these issues, don't mansplain to me that there are 2.4 quintillion possible combinations, because I am only seeing one possible fucking issue here, is EA's greed in constantly making too many packs. Even if 2 players take the exact same steps in their game, the outcome could differ dramatically. That's a part of what makes The Sims 4 so alive and fun to create, and what makes tracking down bugs and stability issues uniquely challenging. Our team loves the challenge of making this game, and while they're excited to the rise to the occasion, we know we've been slower than we'd like to fix the issues you care about. Complexity is part of the magic and challenge of The Sims, and an important reason why some issues take longer to resolve than you may expect. Our job is to keep improving the experience one update at a time, and we're not going anywhere. To me, this feels like creeping around the issue 100%. Yes, that's right. Today we are cracking out Microsoft motherfucking Paint. So this is what normally happens when you have a problem. You find the solution, and in The Sims' case, the problem is that the game is fundamentally broken, and we just need a brand new base game in order to keep up with current gaming standards, in order to revolutionize the genre and evolve it in a meaningful way. But instead of the solution being what it should be, which is just to move on to the next live sim game. EA are kind of doing this. They're seeing the solution and going, absolutely not. We're going to pretend everything's fine. And we're just going to tell people the reason why their game's broken is because they have too many doors with transoms, rather than actually just follow the correct solution. This is the issue we have with EA right now. They're not identifying a problem and a solution to the problem. They are ignoring the problem and they are ignoring the solution. Thank you, Microsoft Paint. I will never touch you again for the next 5 years until another video like this comes along. So, a commitment to consistency. Back in September, we introduced our quality of life roadmap and made a commitment to regularly fixing top community voted issues, working closer with mod creators to provide more advanced information and notice, and providing clearer visibility into our update schedule. We're shifting from large infrequent patch updates to a steady regular cadence of updates. This commitment started in September and will continue for the foreseeable future. In November, we delivered our first major step, over 150 bug fixes addressing many of the top community reported issues. Next update will be on December the 2nd, bringing 40 plus additional fixes and improvements as of your top most voted issues. Our laundry list will be published November the 25th, and more details as well as a preview of what we're fixing in January. Alongside these updates, we will also be hosting development Q&As with our team to give you guys some questions, blah, blah, blah. So again, I just feel like, okay, 150 bug fixes is great, but what if one of those bug fixes causes something else to break? And then you've got to deal with that issue. And this is what we've got happening wrong with The Sims 4. If hypothetically they built a brand new life simulation game and they spent a lot of time making sure that they developed it in a way that bugs were more easily identifiable, that they could be resolved, like really revolutionize how they would code a life simulation game for a hypothetical Sims 5, then these issues wouldn't occur. It just feels like they're clinging on to The Sims 4 so hard with their dedication to fixing the game. I just don't understand why they are so anti moving on, because I feel like most Simmers are ready to move on. Yes, technically people are still getting The Sims 4. It's a free game. On sale, the packs are, to be honest, quite cheap. Of course, people are buying a couple packs every now and then, but whether it's The Sims 4 or The Sims 5, people will buy it. Do you know what I mean? People are going to buy it either way. The issue that EA is having now, I feel like, is they're choosing the short term of, we're making money from this game right now, so we don't want to stop, without thinking about the long term. And we're now in this issue where EA are having to make constant articles about how they're committed to fixing the game because players just distrust them so much, instead of just making a game that doesn't need to be fixed in the first place. Deep dive save file corruption. Now, I'm just want to say from the offset, I personally have not really had anything that bad happen. Like, my game does like constantly lag, it constantly crashes. I mean, maybe that is save file corruption. How do you define save file corruption? I don't know. If it means your game is constantly crashing for what appears to be no reason, then yes, I've got it. I don't know. I just feel like I don't understand what it means. Issues impacting save files have been a concern for some of you. We've been investigating this deeply since early 25, and over the past few months, our team has been testing and analyzing every lead, from corrupted lots to infinite loading loops, to identifying the root cause. Thanks to new internal tools and player-submitted saves, we've been able to confirm several consistent patterns. So, an issue with infinite loading when converting penthouses or dorms into residential rentals, okay. Fixes for error codes, blah, 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 whatever the hell that means. We've also begun addressing protobuf overflow, where our save or lot data grows so large it exceeds storage limits, something leading to missing or corrupting lots, okay. They're also testing overstuffed or cheat-heavy lots, mod data persistence, and venue data carryover. And I think it's really interesting, I just want to say on their points like overstuffed or cheat heavy lots, because in The Sims 4 right now, if you want to build a nice house, you must use the bb.move objects on cheat. And this is why I feel like, you know, it's a little bit gaslighty to say, you know, it's your fault for using cheats. I mean, they're not saying that, but it's kind of implying it from my perspective, like it's your fault for using cheats. But actually, why should move objects on have to be a cheat? Like, yeah, I understand clipping through certain objects, like I do get it, but if we look at the development of Paralives or we look at Inzoi actually in a good way, they've actually made building quite complex where you can place objects in a wide variety of places and have the game still work. And because The Sims 4 is not built to work with free placement, it means that you're going to be getting a lot of issues even though Simmers want free placement. And this is why I'm saying, do we need to continue fixing The Sims 4 or can we just make The Sims 5 built with free placement in mind? Do you know what I mean? Because that way free placement will not be a cheat. You won't need to move objects on cheat because it won't be corrupting the game, because it will be built up in a way that it doesn't corrupt the game. Same with lot types, you know, residential rentals corrupting, apartments, whatever they're saying. If they just build a brand new live sim game up with different lot types in mind and how they interact with the world around them, then we won't have these issues in the future because they will be made in a way that issues are prevented. I think the Sims team could learn a lot from the mistakes of The Sims 4 and bring it into a potential Sims 5, but instead they're just trying to fix what can't really be broken because you can't fundamentally fix the core Sims 4 platform. EA's ongoing promise. We know bugs and instability can be frustrating, especially when they impact your stories and saves. We're working to make the process of fixing them more transparent, consistent, and sustainable. The Sims 4 has always been about creativity, connection, and community and all this other corporate jargon. So they have said this a million times before and they've gone back on it. So they could be going back on this. Like they said, I think somewhere near the top that they would go a commitment to consistency, but really they've committed to consistency before and not been consistent. So I don't believe them because they've lied before. I'm not sure if you can tell, but my overall sentiment from this article is maybe we just need to have a Sims 5 now, because I've repeated that a lot, even though I know we're not getting one, because it just feels like it's the only real option that makes sense to me personally. I know a lot of Sims are crying out for their games to be fixed, but I just feel like if we're in that bad of a situation right now where EA are literally having to make fucking marketing videos about how they're promising to fix game, this is how bad it's got. What other video, I'm just asking you guys curiously, genuinely, have you ever seen another video game before? This is the only like video game I've ever seen that creates marketing material about the fact that they're fixing their fucking game. It's just so funny. They are marketing the fact that they've tried their best to fix their game. Like what? Like this situation is so bad. This is like the sole definition of like a sunken cost fallacy right here. Just snip it, EA, okay? Like you're castrating yourself. We don't need more bug fixes, which fundamentally won't fix the core game. We just need the game to actually be good. And the only way that they can make this Sims good, in my opinion, is to just move on. On the subject of moving on, there was a rumor that we may be getting a Sims 4 remaster, which is kind of like moving on, but not really, because they're still beating the dead horse when it's down. So make sure you check out that video here if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.